everyone, Nut Free Mama here. Today I'm going to show you how to make Grinch cake. Alright, let's start off with our ingredients. First you need 2 boxes of pound cake, and then you need whatever they call for in the back. So mine calls for 2 eggs each and a half a stick of butter. So I already have that divided because we're going to make one at a time, because I only have one loaf pan. If you have more than one, you can make them both. Then you need red and green gel food coloring. And then you need, of course, a loaf pan. And then you need green frosting, or in my case, I'm going to make my own because I didn't have any green frosting. So the recipe for my frosting is going to be 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter softened, 2 tablespoons of milk, which I do not have out yet, and then a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then green food coloring to make it the green color. And then also you're going to need a heart cookie cutter, as big as small as you want, but you want to make sure it's going to fit into your loaf pan. And then optional are sprinkles for the outside. If you could find the red hearts, I just couldn't find any, so I'm just going to use these fun Christmas sprinkles for the back of mine. Okay, let's get started by making our first batch of pound cake. So mine says to preheat my oven to 350, and then I'm just going to mix my pound cake mix, 2/3 cup of water, a half a stick of butter softened, and 2 eggs. Okay, that's all ready to be mixed. I'm going to just beat this with an electric mixer on low for 30 seconds and then medium speed for 2 minutes. Your batter will be thick. Okay, this one is ready, so we are going to add our red food coloring. So really you could not bake both of these, make them both at once unless you separate them into 2 pans to color them. Okay, this is about as red as I can get mine. I used an entire tube of the red gel food coloring, and it's still pretty pink, but it would do for the hearts. So now we are going to just pour this into our loaf pan, and if your loaf pan is not bigger than 9 by 5 inches, you need to use 2 pans because the batter will overflow. So we are going to bake this for 50 to 60 minutes since we have 1 loaf pan. Okay, this is ready to go into the oven 50 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. And be sure that you did either spray your pan with cooking spray or you use shortening or something because you don't want this to stick. Okay, my first cake just came out of the oven, so we are just going to let that cool completely. It was actually really easy to get out of my loaf pan because I sprayed it so well. So we're just going to let that cool and get started on our second cake. Just make it the same way. Okay, my green is ready to go, and it looks the color that I want it to go. So I put my other loaf in the refrigerator so it would cool off faster. And now I am just slicing it and cutting out my hearts and just lining them up right here because we are going to line them up in our loaf pan before we put our green batter over top. Okay, now you just line your hearts up along your pan like this, and we are going to pour our green batter in. You want to make sure you do leave some spaces on this side and this other side so you can pour the batter on both of the sides as well. Okay, so my batter is poured evenly over top of my hearts, and you just kind of want to tap it and kind of beat it down on the oven a little just so you can make sure that the batter went everywhere in between everything. So we're going to go ahead and stick that in the oven for another 50 to 60 minutes. Okay, mine is out of the oven, and it did kind of separate a bit on the top here, but I think it will be okay. We're going to cover that with the frosting. So let's get busy making the frosting. Okay, so for our frosting, what I did was added 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of butter softened, and then I just added 1 tablespoon of this extra creamer, or you can use milk. So we're going to mix that together and see if it's thick and thin enough, and if it's too thick, we will add another tablespoon. Alright, that looks great. It definitely needed the 2 tablespoons of the cream. And now I'm going to add my green to make it the same color as my cake. Alright, that looks awesome. Now it's time to just go ahead and frost the cake. Okay, that looks great. I just added the frosting to the top, and as you can see, it hides all the mess-ups up there. And then I just added my sprinkles. So let's cut this open and see what the inside looks like. Okay, I am so pleased with how these turned out. At first I thought it was going to be a disaster, but now look how cute the hearts inside are. So my suggestion is you probably just cut these right before you're going to serve them. And after I put the frosting on, I did put them in the refrigerator for a little while so the frosting could set up a bit. But they are so cute. So let's see what Taste Tester thinks. Okay, taste tester, have a little taste. You better hurry because the Grinch is trying to take it.
Yummy.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, come back and see us again, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I like it too. Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.